Today is a hard energy day. Mars and Neptune are battling it out in the skies. Our energy's up and it's down. We have a lack of inspiration, a lack of desire, a lack of motivation. So, how do we walk with the strength under these conditions? Well, sit back, relax, and let's explore the cosmic energies together. We can gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy, utilize this energy, and move forward today and every day. Hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thanks for being here, and thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. Welcome to your daily focus for December the 28th, 2023. So, let's dive into the 28 energy. The 28 energy usually gives us some kind of learning curve. Usually wants us to look at a problem area in our life and will point it out to us so that we can graduate from the experience, so we can learn the wisdom that we need to learn in order to go forward on our path. 2 plus 8 is a 10. That talks about new seasons, new chapters, a lighter energy coming in. And 1 plus 0 is a 1. So the I am, the independent, the trailblazer, the pioneer. You know, under a 1 energy, we want those conflicts because we want to go through those conflicts, because we know once we go through that conflict, we will have knowledge, we'll have wisdom, we'll have understanding, and we will have successes. Now, if we look at the numerology of the day, it'd be a 3 plus a 1 plus a 7. That gives us that beautiful 11 energy. The 11 energy is one that, well, we have to be mindful of our commitments and our obligations under an 11 energy. Primarily on our goals, our dreams, our desires, the commitments we've made to ourselves. What obligation do we have to ourselves? Is it showing up every day for 15 minutes? Is it doing a certain task? The 11 energy asks us to cut away what no longer belongs in our world. It doesn't move us towards the goal, the dream, the desire. In fact, it probably halts us, it probably burdens us, it probably holds us back in some way. Now, as far as the astrology is concerned, Sun is in Capricorn, our Moon is in Cancer, and we'll head into Leo after supper time. And Mars and Neptune, of course, are battling it out up in the skies, and we will have a lack of energy. Our fears and imagination may get the best of us. We'll feel more confusion and discouragement than usual out of simple things that we can normally just brush off our shoulder, keep on going kind of thing. Today, not so much. We may be uncertain of our next step, or maybe we're just overwhelmed by the amount of possibilities that we could actually take. And so we don't take any because of that. It kind of freezes us. It doesn't allow us to move. We stand still. We could have very unrealistic expectations of our environment and the people that surround us. So be careful that we're not being too demanding on the people we love today. If they're going through the same struggles we are. And we'll struggle. We will struggle to focus on our priorities, what matters to us. But as our day advances, so does the sky, and so does the planets within the sky, and Venus and Pluto will meet and start to break down these barriers that we were feeling. So new insight could come in to, our new insight comes into our need for joy, love, abundance. And so we have to take a calm approach today to everything that happens in our world. Some things will be put in place to wake us up. Maybe we've had an unreal expectation that we may be harboring, or now we see a way forward through a disappointment or a discouragement. So it's not by looking away or by battling it out, but rather we want to back it up and we want to think through, why am I so discouraged in this moment in time? Why am I not able to focus right now? Why am I not able to look at the priorities in my life? What is standing in my way? What is pulling my focus away? Because the 11 energy, where our focus is where the abundance comes. So we don't want our focus on the disappointments, on the discouragements of today. but rather we want to put it on our goals, our dreams, our desires. So when that is happening, we have to ask ourselves, what is hindering us? What is heating us from going in the direction that we want to go? Okay. So I got a lot happening for you guys, and I won't go into it because I got told that it was way too much advertising. But I just want y'all to know of all the things that I kind of got. Like I kind of did a whole smattering of little things for you, so there was something to suit everybody. Maybe not everybody wants the astrology. Maybe some people would like the calendar or the book and journal set or whatever else I may be putting out there. So I'll leave it all in the description box, and that'll be enough on the subject, because I don't want to anger you guys. I don't want to be one of those people on YouTube that spends 90% of the video promoting what they have and 10% of it actual knowledge we can use. So I would like it to be the other way around. But please forgive me, because I don't have like commercials and billboards and stuff like that to be able to promote my stuff. So not yet, at least. Okay, here we go. The Queen of Swords is our underlying energy, and this is about our dreams, our goals, our desires, and how we almost have to treat them like they are our children. We have unconditional love for them. We have a passion for them. We have an inspiration to go forward towards those dreams, those goals, those desires. Sometimes, well, today the energy might put things in our path to make us just sway away from them. But we have to watch of people criticizing our dreams, our goals, our desires, people tearing them down, people telling us that we shouldn't, we mustn't, we couldn't, we can't. 9.99 times out of 10, it is somebody with very little knowledge of what you are trying to do. And nobody can see that vision inside of your head but you. So you have to take it with a grain of salt, and you have to protect your dreams, your goals, your desires. And in doing so, we also have to nurture them. We have to grow them. We have to give them our time, our energy, our resources in order for them to flourish into the dreams that we want to manifest, what we want to make tangible, what we want to make a part of our reality going forward. Our first card is the Nine of Cups. It's a day to make wishes. Okay, so look away from everything that you're trying to do and look towards your tomorrow and what you could invite in. Make some wishes. It doesn't have to be anything outlandish. It doesn't have to be anything that is very hard. Just to say you did it. Just to say you tried that. Playing the spoons. Have you ever played the spoons? Put two spoons together, head them back and forth between your hand and your knee. Keep up to a song. Have you ever played the spoons? Maybe it should be on your bucket list. Why haven't you? Have you? What didn't you enjoy about it? Or was it too hard to master? It is kind of hard with your fingers and whatnot. I'll give you that. It could be anything. Maybe you've always wanted to draw, paint. Okay, go to a paint party. In my neck of the woods, there's always a paint party to go to at some restaurant or some bar, or some place is having a paint party probably as we speak. You've always wanted to go ballroom dancing. Well, sign up for lessons and go ballroom dancing. Start looking at the things that you want to bring into your world. Now, I'm talking about little frivolous things. Of course, we're going to get to the ginormous, best life ever kind of stuff too. But wouldn't it be better if you could ballroom dance at the same time? Like, look at those little things that you can bring in, little pockets of happiness and joy into your life throughout your wishes. They don't have to be ginormous wishes. They can be small, but significant. Significant in the fact that, what is the purpose of ballroom dancing? Well, it'll get me moving, because it's twice a week, so it'll get me moving twice a week for a half an hour to 45 minutes, which my body needs, so that's good. I'll meet people that also like dancing, so I'll meet a whole new crowd of people, might meet a new best friend in all of that commotion. It'll get me out and about. I'll look like a superstar at that next wedding or that anywhere where there's a dance floor, right? That next big social outing. So start, I'll meet new people. I'll be able to teach other people how to ballroom dance, people who don't know. Maybe that's my way of saying I'll teach you. Come on, let's dance. It's easy. Maybe that's how you meet your significant other. just because you were having a really bad day with the energy, and so you decided to make a wish or two, and then you opened up the paper and there was the ad for the ballroom dancing, and you thought, well, what the heck, and you phoned it, and you've been having a great time ever since because you've done it. It's been paid back 1,000 times over, instead of reaching for something that is so far away and so distant and so shiny that we may never get to that in our lives. Six of Pentacles, the balance in our relationships. You know, this is kind of something that is kind of the energy of the day too, you know, but we may have these unreal expectations, unrealistic ones. You know, if the way we show love is we are of service to others, okay? So we go out and we do things for them, and that's our way of saying I love you. But their way is gift giving. So you ask them to do something for you and they never do it, and you're like, but it's almost unrealistic to ask that of them because that's not their personality. That's your personality. And that's where unrealistic expectations can easily come into our environments today. We think because we'll do it, they'll do it. But sometimes we have to have the conversation with them. Sometimes we have to ask them to do it. Sometimes we have to say, I need this done for me. And that shows me that you love me when you do that. So it's about understanding the balances of our balance in our relationships. Maybe we have to step up to the plate. Maybe they have to step up to the plate. Just make sure that it's not an unrealistic expectation. Maybe when you grew up, mom did this and dad did this, and now that you're married, you figure that that's your role and that's their role, and it's not working. Unrealistic expectations. What will work for your relationship? And we have the Eight of Cups. Well, the Eight of Cups says yes. Yes, your heart might be breaking because you don't want to leave certain things that you've grown to love, that you've come to depend on, that you've come to rely on. And some of those things become crutches if we're not careful. Some of those things we do have to let go after a period of time. You know, once the cast comes off, do you really need that crutch anymore? Maybe a little bit of time to keep the weight off the ankle, but you're not going to be going around the next 20 years with that crutch. Eventually the healing happens. And when the healing happens, or when you become strong enough to live without that codependency on something, it's time to move from it. Now, with a broken leg and a crutch, it's kind of easy to understand when we can let the crutch go. And we want to let that crutch go because, oh, it really hurts your underarms. I don't care how much padding you put there. So it's about having realistic expectations of what something does in your life, how it serves you, how it moves you forward, how it gives you safety or security, how it brings in joy or love. And yes, sometimes when we have to go forward, we can't keep those things. We can't bring them with us. And so we don't necessarily have to walk away from them. We don't necessarily have to let go of them, but we do have to change its priority in our life, of where it sits on the food chain, so to speak, in our priorities and our needs and our wants, and how we need to do this on our own going forward. Let's get an oracle card. So we have Nature's Whispers here. Beautiful deck. Look at that. My butterflies. Oh, my kids, they'll show you this here. Watch, everything will go flying because it usually does when I... But this was one of my birthday cards, right? For my kids. So. What's not to love about a butterfly? You know what I've been finding lately? Maybe you guys can help me with this because I haven't really had time to research it or anything. But a monarch butterfly, they start out as these really fuzzy orange and black striped caterpillars. And I've been finding them now. It's cold out. It's the end of December. We're in Ontario, Canada. Okay, need I say more? And so now I'm finding them in different places. So I've been hiding them under leaves and rocks and stuff. So because they're not going to survive in the middle of the driveway. I know that for sure, right? At least that way they might have a fighting chance. But because I've found like 3 of them in the last 30 hours. Like, it's crazy. So maybe somebody can give me some insight about that, because our monarch butterflies are waning in population. Plant milkweed, especially if you live on one of their migration routes. That's their food. Plant milkweed. Okay, ideal course of action, 37. So we have that 10 energy again coming at us. I think the other day we had a 10 energy and it came up as the 19 card or something, did it not? So we keep coming back to that 10 energy, that 1 energy. So there is luck in the air, okay? There is luck in the air, and it is asking us to look at the new chapters we want to write in our life. Look at the new experiences we want to go and explore into. So let's see what 37 is here. Ideal course of action would tell me that you have to hold back a little bit and think it through in order to know how ideal it is. But it is easy to be overwhelmed in the planning of a new endeavor. Simplify your plans. Clearly envisage what you would like to accomplish and find ways to ensure that you can stay on path. Eliminate self-sabotage or other behavior that might derail you. Determine what you desire next. Do this through daydreaming and visualizing what delights inspire you. Trust that this is an important phase that is necessary to maintain alignment and clarity. So some of this disruption today will give us that alignment, will give us that clarity, will give us that understanding that we wouldn't have learned any other way. But it's by us backing up and being conscious of this energy that really gives it a tool rather than discomfort. Well, we'll still have the discomfort, but it's a tool so that we can see what we can do, what does have promise, what is practical. And we have the raccoon, the inventor, comes out. We haven't had him for a little while, have we? Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it, avoid being the trickster, and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. We all have many roles. We all have many hats. And we've learned how to juggle them quite well, haven't we? But decide on what you really want. Once again, it's getting a clearer vision of what we really want to step into. Maybe we are understanding that certain parts of our dreams really is unrealistic, and we really need to concentrate on the practical. Especially as we go into Capricorn, we want to definitely look at what is practical, what is doable, what we can build a plan around, what we can build a strategy around, and then what we can actually have as an action plan to go forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.